Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial for you guys. Valentine's Day is coming up pretty soon, and I know a lot of you are kind of unsure of what kind of look you should go for, but since you're here, look no further, I got y'all covered. But before you continue to watch this video, I would love it if you would click that subscribe button and click the notification button so you know you get updated when I post new videos. I want to keep everyone in the loop and keep everyone up to date, if you know what I'm saying, okay? All right then, enough rambling. I'm going to get into this video and I hope you guys enjoy it. See you in a minute. Okay, first I'm going to start by priming my eyes with my Tarte Shape Tape. Usually I use my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, but I wanted to try something new, and I've heard good things about this concealer working great as an eyeshadow primer. And I've owned this concealer for a while, so I wanted to test it out on my eye. I was pretty pleased with the result. And I'm gonna just blend it out with my finger. So I took my braids out recently and my hair is all up in my face, so I apologize about that. That might be a little distracting throughout the video. I eventually put it back up. And then I'm going to dip into my usual pressed powder that I apply on my lid to set my primer for my eye. I'm using the Black Radiance pressed powder. You can buy it at the drugstore. Using one of my Luxie brushes to pat that on. And I'm going to be dipping into my Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. My entire eye look is going to be from this palette, just to make it easier on you guys so you don't feel you need to have multiple palettes for this eye look. I'm starting off with the shade Burnt Orange as my transition shade. And I'm just blending that out into my crease and as well as my outer corner using my Morphe M441 blending brush. My next color I'm going to be dipping into is the shade Red Ochre. I'm using a brush from Eco Tools, just popping that on my outer corner. I'm just kind of patting it down. I will eventually blend it out though. To blend that out, I'm going to be using my E27 brush from Morphe. Just to buff that in my outer corner. I think this look was very pretty for Valentine's. Kind of gives it that hint of red without looking too crazy or looking like too much, you know, like too dramatic. I wanted it to be subtle but yet still beautiful. Next, I'm going to be dipping back in to red ochre because I thought it looked a little too subtle, so I wanted to build it back up a little, and I'm using that E27 brush again from Morphe. I didn't put too much on my brush because I didn't want it to be, because that's a very pigmented palette, so I didn't want it to be a lot, so I used a very light hand and didn't dip in as much because I wanted to get the right amount. I went back in with the shade Burnt Orange just to brighten up my crease a little bit because I felt like the red was kind of seeping up there, so I wanted to kind of balance it out a little bit more. I'm going to be using a flat shade brush from Morphe, the E10, spritzing that with my Mario Badescu spray to get it more pigmented. And I'm going to be dipping into the shade Primavera. I'm going to be putting that on my lid. I felt like using my E17 Morphe brush to apply red ochre in the inner corner of my eye, just to have the eyeshadow go more to the inner corner. I didn't want the shimmers to go all the way down this time. Typically I usually do that, but for this look I wanted the red to stand out in different areas of my eye as opposed to just the outer corner this time. And I'm just kind of buffing that out with my M441 brush. So I wanted that shimmer to be a little more pigmented, so I applied the Tarte Shape Tape on my lid, kind of like a cut crease almost. I'm going to apply that shimmer Primavera on this concealer to give it a lot more pigment than it had originally. And just so there aren't any harsh lines, I'm going to blend that shimmer with the matte shades using, as usual, the M441 brush from Morphe. Just to get rid of all that harshness. Want it all to blend seamlessly together. Gonna go in with my Tarteist eyeliner, and I also went in with my Ardell Natural Lashes. I did all this off camera. Gonna spritz my face with that Mario Badescu spray to give my face some hydration right before putting on my foundation, using the Studio Skin foundation from Smashbox in the shade 3.15. This is my second time wearing this foundation and I absolutely loved it. I just bought it not too long ago and I'm really into it. I dig it. The shade suited me very, very greatly. Just dotting my face with the foundation before blending it out. I'm gonna go in with this brush that I just bought from Sephora. It's number 55, and it's really good for buffing out your foundation. As a matter of fact, the lady at Sephora, when she was color matching me, this is the brush that she used to apply it, and I just loved the way it blended my foundation. So I couldn't help but to buy it. Usually I use the Morphe Y6 brush, and I still love that brush so much, but you know, it's nice to try new things out once in a while. And I can honestly say that this brush really did a good job. Then I'm going to be going in with my Tarte Shape Tape, using it to conceal my under eye as well as giving it that brightening effect. I am in the shade Light Honey. Also using it to conceal other areas of my face and also giving it that brightening effect. Going in with my sponge from Real Techniques, I'm gonna just blend that onto my skin. Going in with my loose setting powder from Black Radiance, I'm going to set my under eye as well as my forehead and my chin. Already know I'm going in with that contour stick from Fenty Beauty in the shade Truffle to carve out that face. Using a brush from Real Techniques, I'm gonna buff that onto my cheekbones, my chin, and my forehead until there's no harsh lines left. Gonna go in with E17 from Morphe, and I'm going to buff my nose contour. Going in with my finishing powder from Black Radiance, I'm going to just dust off all the setting powder that I had on originally using a fluffy brush. I noticed there was still a lot of harshness happening on my forehead, so I went back in and blended that out. Gonna use that finishing powder to brighten it up a little more on my forehead, just so it wouldn't look too dark, and also on my nose. Gonna set my contour using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Gonna go in with my Brow Wiz from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm gonna brush out my brows and fill them in. Going in with my Becca Chrissy Teigen palette, I'm gonna use the blush shade, and I'm gonna dust that on my cheeks to give some more color to my face. Then I'm going to set my face with that Mario Badescu spray. Going back into my Modern Renaissance palette, I'm going to be using a pencil brush and using the shade Red Ochre to fill in my lower lash line. Using Maneater from Tarte, I'm going to combine my real lashes with the fake lashes. As well as mascara, as well as putting mascara on my lower lash line. Once again, using that Mario Badescu, because you know I'm obsessed with it, I'm gonna go into my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, the third palette, I believe, dipping into the shade Treasure, putting it in my inner tear duct. Going to be putting the shade Compass on my nose. Dipping back into Compass using my highlighting brush that I got from the brand Luxie. Just gonna highlight my cheekbones. I just sprayed my brush with some more Mario Badescu to get it that more pigment. Putting that shade Compass on my brow bone using my Eco Tools brush. So I did wind up putting my hair back up. I'm gonna be using my Lime Crime lipstick in the shade Shroom. This is the perfect nude shade for myself. To top it off, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick in the shade Kristen. I was really happy with how nice that came together. Like, you wouldn't think the creamy brown would look good with the pink, but it worked out pretty well. And of course I could not forget to highlight my Cupid's bow, and I'm going to be using the shade Compass. And there you have it, a very nice, simple yet glamorous look that you can do for Valentine's Day. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope your Valentine's Day is wonderful. Thank you for watching. Bye.